YouTube, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Man, 37, still looking good, that being said, I hope everyone's having a great day. I haven't been on YouTube for a long time. I think one of the last videos that was long form, I showed you guys how to reset the airbag on the Evora 400 or the Evoras. That being said, it's 2026. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your year so far. What we're gonna do in this video is I'm gonna see what your guys' opinion is on which car I should buy next. Okay, so currently we have a 2006 Lotus Exige right here. This is my Exige. It has 25,000 miles on it. I bought it with like 17,000 miles or 18,000 miles on it. I've put in 7,000 miles on it over, oh my gosh, like 4 years. So that's pretty low. I did daily drive it all last year. Actually, the year before, I drove it to work every day. I absolutely adore it. It's so good. It is not supercharged. It's the 2006 version. It is naturally aspirated, about 200 horsepower, and then the car weighs, I don't know, 1,900 pounds or 2,000 pounds. It's very quick, very fast, very lightweight. The most mint car that, besides that one's even a little bit more mint, but before buying that one, it was the most mint car I ever bought. It was one or two owners, and the owner owned a Nissan dealership, so it was an amazing story. I love this car, one of my favorite stories ever. So I get a lot of questions too. Mitch, why do you keep on buying Lotuses? Like, what's so special about Lotuses? Why do you like them so much? I really just like the look of them. I think that they're they are Toyota engines. They're really expensive looking cars with Toyota engines on them. I love them. I think they're so good. That's why I like them so much. I just love them. But that being said, we also have the Evora. I've now been driving this quite a bit. I bought this with 12,000 miles on it. Clean title out of Phoenix. 2017. I think it's had 2 owners on this one. Doesn't really matter. But that being said, I love it because it's black and red. Couple things that I wish that this car had that it didn't come with is I wish it had the black pack where the mirrors were black and the roof was black, and I think that's about it. I think those are the 2 things. I know this is already black, but that being said, I wish it did have the black pack. I think it would have been a little bit cooler, but that's okay. It's actually more rare that it doesn't have the black pack. Isn't that interesting? There's a blackout pack. I don't know what you call it. But I wish it did. I think it looks more aesthetic. That being said, it came with those gold wheels. I changed the gold wheels, and now we have the OEM 2020 or 2018 Evora wheels. I like them a lot. Really dirty right now. I need to clean the car. But that being said, I love this car. It's amazing. It has a lot of stuff done to it. It has the intake, has headers, full headers, really crazy headers on there. Straight pipe, no catalytic converters, and a tune on it. So I think it makes 450. Didn't dyno it. It probably make on the dyno maybe like 380 or something like that, or maybe 400, and then you can do the crank horsepower or whatever it is. I should do a dyno video. Let's do that. We'll do that this year. That being said, the reason you guys are here and why I'm yakking at you is because I want to buy a new car. Options I need you guys to help me choose. Number 1, are we going to buy another CELICA? Because that's what you guys like on YouTube, and no one does the 7th generation CELICA as I do, or at all. I mean, I type that in on YouTube all the time. There are no like supercharged, it's like videos from 12 years ago. there are no turbo stuff. The only turbo CELICA stuff is mine and like maybe one GT, and they don't even post often, so we need more content for that. MR2 SPYDER, same thing. There's a couple K20s MR2s out there. I didn't really like the K series on the MR2. I've driven a couple now, and I still like the 2ZZ on it. I think it's better quality. That being said, should I get a CELICA? I should import one. That's a TRD. Should I do that? Or I have the option to buy back one of my cars. I can buy back my 2006, this is a 2006, Lotus Elise turboed. I actually found the owner of it. So it went, the original owner, then me. My friend has a dealership, was the one that found it. I fixed it, put a bazillion hours of my efforts all on YouTube. Go look at it. Then I sold it, and that was a dealer too, and he sold it to another dealer, and then now a guy in my state of Washington bought it, and he's had it, and he got it with like, I think I sold it with 6,000 or 7,000 miles on it. he got it up to 20,000, like 22,000 miles. So he drove the Lotus Elise Turbo and enjoyed it for like the last 5-6 years and got quite a few thousand miles on, 10,000 miles on it or even more. Or more than that, like 12,000 miles. So good for him. I have the ability to buy it back. It needs some work again, still has some issues, but it runs and drives. So should I buy a CELICA GTS and then purchase a supercharger, install that, get maybe like 225 horsepower, or should I buy back my Lotus Elise Turbo in Starlight Black that has been dynoed at 312 horsepower? That's good, that's good. So those are my two options. I want you guys to comment down below, what would you like to see on the channel more? In other news, I'm moving to Florida. I'm gonna be doing Florida and Washington at the same time. I'm not sure which cars I should take down to Florida, if I should leave these both up here and get a new collection of cars down in Florida. I'm married, I don't know if you guys know that, but I'm gonna get my wife a Porsche. She's gonna get a Porsche for like a daily driver. So maybe I'll do some mods on it. I still have my Tundra. We've been daily driving the Tundra because Washington gets cold, and the Tundra is amazing. So I absolutely love the Tundra. This is kind of like a garage update, and then what I'm gonna buy next. So the title will be this, is what should I get next? Please comment, should I do a CELICA? I found it, it's a imported GTS, right-hand drive, and 6-speed manual, of course. Buy that, buy the MWR supercharger, work on it over the whole year, and then get a supercharged CELICA, put that out there. That's probably gonna do the best for you guys. Or should I buy back the Lotus Elise Turbo, just drive the living daylights out of it with an intent to, you know, track it, race it, and do all those things. Again, the Lotus is like 4 times the cost of the CELICA. The CELICA is like 10,000 bucks, maybe a little bit less. The Lotus is like 40,000, 50,000. So you gotta keep that in mind. I'd have to get a good deal on either one of those. Anyways, that being said, this is what I'm gonna do this year. I don't think I'm gonna do any Evos this year. I might do an Evo, I don't think so. I kinda wanted a WRX, not gonna do that. And then I still need a GTR. So I'm gonna buy a GTR, even though the internet's always done the GTR, I'm still gonna buy one. But that being said, you're gonna see a lot of the EXIGE on the channel this year. You're gonna see a lot of the Evora on the channel this year. And you're gonna see a lot of me on the channel this year. Make sure to like, subscribe, swingbymitch.com if you need some MR2 Spider stuff, some CELICA stuff, Evo stuff, BRZ stuff, you need little lights, badges, trinkets or anything like that. Look at my website, they're good. It has a bunch of good little parts that make your car nicer. Mitch.com. See you guys in the next video.